The old man shaved the wool off the sheep to make clouds. He skillfully cut all the wool from their bodies. The wool that left the sheep slowly floated into the sky. To make the wool fly higher and turn into clouds, the old man swung his cane. He threw a ball of wool into the air with force. In the end, it would rise into the sky and become a rain cloud. As more and more wool floated upward, raindrops began to fall to the ground. In this place suffering from severe drought, the old man could only use this way to make artificial rain. The little dog was his capable assistant in this work. Every time it hit among the flock of sheep, it looked for the ones whose bodies were full of wool. Then it drove them to the hut for the old man to shear. Not only that, it also took on the job of herding the sheep. To make the wool grow faster, the little dog led them into the forest. There they could find natural grass and water. The old man never stopped sending the wool into the sky, so he could adjust the weather of the valley in time. This let the sheep have endless grass and water. With the two working together, the land of drought turned into a rainforest. They thought this life would always go on, but when the rising sun shone on the little dog's face, everything became different. The dog kept reminding the old man to shear the wool, but there was no reply. It thought the old man was still asleep, so it barked at the door a few times and pushed it open. The beams of light behind it rushed into the house. At that moment the old man lay still on the bed. He had peacefully left this world. He left his beloved sheep and the little dog, and the valley that stayed with him all his life. The little dog lay quietly by the old man's bed. No one knew how much time had passed, until a withered leaf blew into the hut. The dog followed the path of the wind and went out. It walked to the flock of sheep. Because there had been no rain for too long, the forest had become bare. There was no sign of life anywhere. Only a few sheep gathered together. They fought for the last bit of water, to bring the valley back to its old glory. The little dog pushed the sheep onto the roof one by one. It tried to shear the wool like the old man had done, but a small tuft of wool flew up. The wind blew it apart. When it looked back, it saw the sheep about to be blown into the sky. Helplessly it drove all the sheep into the house, but the small hut could not hold so many sheep. One sheep was squeezed out. It rolled down the slope, and it fell into a wind tunnel. Soon a shorn sheep ran out. Its wool had turned into a cotton cloud floating into the sky. The clever little dog understood at once. It could shear the sheep by letting them roll into the wind tunnel. This way it could get clouds without much effort. As the wool gathered in the sky, rain quickly fell to the ground. The land of drought received the gift of rain. At last the little dog moved the house onto the clouds, and it sent the old man to heaven.